The Tennessee Titans host the San Diego Chargers on Sunday. Tennessee installed as a 3-point favorite on BETDAQ, 43.5 the total in this game. Both these teams have exceeded expectations thus far this season. They're both 1-1. They've both blown a game against the Houston Texans. San Diego a 3-touchdown lead over the Texans in Week 1. They could not hang on. Last week in Houston, Tennessee had a lead for most of that game but couldn't close the door. Texans ended up winning the game in overtime. But still, looking at the big picture, both San Diego and Tennessee playing better football right now than many people thought they would heading into the season. In San Diego, it's been all about the offense. First-year coach Mike McCoy has fixed that offense. This looks like the San Diego offense circa 2006. We'd all been wondering what had happened to Phillip Rivers, what had happened to the San Diego offense. Well, I guess Norv Turner happened because Rivers sure seems to be back to his old ways again under Mike McCoy. Rivers throwing for over 400 yards last week in a win over the Philadelphia Eagles. This Chargers offense averaging 30.5 points per game through the first 2 weeks of the season. They're facing a Tennessee defense that is much improved from a year ago. Greg Williams taking over this defense, and he's done a great job with it. Last year, the Titans allowed 29.2 points per game, most in the NFL. This year, they're winning with defense. In their Week 1 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, they suffocated that Steelers offense. Pittsburgh only with 195 total yards in that game. And last week, again, the defense played well for most of the game against Houston. Tennessee currently ranks 12th in the NFL in total defense, which is miles from where they were last season. Now, these two teams have their weaknesses as well, and their weaknesses correspond. Tennessee last in the NFL in pass yards per game. Jake Locker still not getting it done. I mean, I've been saying this for 2 years and talking about the Titans. The wrong guy is starting in Tennessee, and the Titans aren't the only team that does it. We see it around the NFL. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times, teams just anoint rookies the starting quarterback or young players starting quarterback. I know Locker didn't start right out of the gate as a rookie, but once teams pick a quarterback in the first round, especially in the top 10, a lot of times they feel like they're committed to that guy and they have to get him out on the field to see if he can play. And they have to give him a lot of rope and a full opportunity. And sometimes, like in the case of Robert Griffin III, for example, that works out nicely. Andrew Luck, another one like that. Other times, in the case of Blaine Gabbert or, say, Jake Locker or Christian Ponder in Minnesota, that does not work out very well. For a fact, Jake Locker was not the best quarterback on the Titans roster for the last couple of years. Matt Hasselbeck was. And if you disagree with me, just go back and look at the games. Go back and look at the stats. When Hasselbeck was playing, when Locker was playing, go back and look at the offensive production. Tennessee was just a better team with Matt Hasselbeck under center. Now, I understand that Hasselbeck's at the end of the road in his career. They think they might have a future with Locker. However, here we are again. Week 3 of the season. Matt Hasselbeck no longer on the team. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, a guy that's had a lot more success in the NFL than Locker has, he is sitting there waiting in the wings. How long is Tennessee going to stay with this situation, stay with a passing offense that is 32nd dead last in the NFL? I mean, if the Titans were able to generate some things through the passing game, this could be a playoff-type team. They're playing in a weak division. We mentioned they're playing well on the defensive side of the ball. But it's just tough when week after week you have the worst quarterback. And Tennessee, just about everybody they play, they have the worst quarterback in that situation. That's obviously not the case when they face a team like Jacksonville, who they play twice a year. But by and large, that is the case with the Tennessee Titans. And when I look at this game this week, Tennessee is a 3-point favorite. It's tough for me to lean towards Tennessee because of that situation, because of the fact that Jake Locker is at the helm of that Tennessee offense. Now, San Diego, we mentioned that these teams' weaknesses correspond. San Diego is last in the league in pass defense right now. They've allowed more passing yards than any defense in the NFL. So if Jake Locker can't get it rolling this week, he might never get it rolling. And I do expect the Tennessee offense to have more success than they did, say, Week 1 against Pittsburgh. But I don't think Tennessee's going to be able to score quite enough to hold off San Diego in this game. The Chargers have owned Tennessee, winning 9 straight, 8-1 against the spread in that time. And like I said, Chargers playing very well on offense. They've been playing very well on the road lately, 4-0 against the spread their last 4 road games. There's some positivity in San Diego right now. And hey, the Titans, like I said, they've exceeded expectations too. There's definitely some positivity around that team as well. But I look at Jake Locker's struggles. I look at Chris Johnson only averaging 3.5 yards per carry. And San Diego, even though they might be weak in the secondary, they have an excellent front seven on defense. I just think the Chargers are the better team here. I expect them to go into Tennessee and pick up a road win.